masterpiece. Yeah. I want to also talk to you guys. There's been a movie. There's a movie that has been in the works for I don't know
27
how many years, and it's been finished for I don't know how many years. And it's called. It used to be called 5/25/77.
Right.
And it was the movie about
a really disproportionate person.
The summer before Star Wars was released. It's now been shortened.
A movie about Grimace.
It's now been shortened to 77. Still doesn't have a distributor. The trailer is playing.
Oh, I just
it is.
Yeah,
it is.
Good. That'll cover up me getting hit in the head.
It stars John Francis Daly, who was the protagonist from Freaks and Geeks, and he's now resurfaced in a few films.
But not as big as the other Freaks and Geeks cast members that have.
No, he's not yet hit it as big as them. And it's about a kid who knows that Star Wars is coming out, is excited about it, and none of his friends can catch the fever that is about to be.
Well, and he's also a filmmaker. I didn't realize it was about a young filmmaker who wants to kind of,
And it's written and directed by Patrick Reed Johnson, who made one of my favorite movies, one of my favorite coming-of-age movies called Angus. That is just. I'm very excited for this movie because that movie was so perfectly executed about the teen experience, and feeling like an outsider, and all the things that the Star Wars film should be as well. I was very disappointed in Fanboys, and I was always looking forward to this movie as it appeared to be the better one of the two. The trailer didn't seem to have any funny moments, yet there were some.
Well, it looks like it's
insightful.
trying for a different thing than Fanboys. Fanboys look like the ha-ha joke. Jokey
Star Trek
version.
versus Star Wars.
And this is definitely seems more like the Adventureland version.
Adventureland version. Is a good point.
Plus, it's set in '77. I mean, Fanboys was people who were fans, and the new one coming out. With this, it's like the original one coming out, so there aren't any Star Wars fans. I mean, theoretically, there shouldn't be any Star Wars fans in this movie.
Right. Well, other than the people that are getting excited, knowing that George Lucas did THX, things like that. That's what this kid's getting excited
about. It's interesting
to
me that, every generation, sort of the filmmakers are inspired by one seminal work. And, Scorsese talks about being inspired by
all those guys, all the Star Wars generation people, the people that made the Star Wars generation movies that we were inspired by, were inspired by Kurosawa and Howard Hawks and those.
But none of them made movies about going to see those movies. They all made original work, and we're getting all these guys who are inspired by these movies making these very self-referential movies about that exact experience. And as much as it sounds weird for me to say because clearly we're on this show, and I helped create this show, and this is what we do, kind of too.
Right.
But it's almost I'm a little less excited now because it feels like, okay, we get it.
Right.
Everybody felt so great about these movies coming out, but I want to see you do something that is
what is it that you made passionate about?
It's interesting though that first of all, Scorsese has made a lot of documentaries, interestingly enough, about
You're absolutely
right. I feel like Spielberg has made movies that revere those of old, but anyway, what I found interesting about the movie 77 is that it looks like he's convincing everyone else that this is going to be cool. All people that think it's not cool. And it's interesting that now, we said when we accept our Webby Awards, nerd is the new cool, and now it really has become cool.
Right.
Yeah.
And it seems like the movie might be magnifying just that specific sentiment, which I'm really
I hope it's good.
There's interesting stuff, but the trailer didn't
I don't
get me
remember
excited.
at that time using the word geek in the same way we use it now. I remember nerd was the word that I was always ashamed of.
Yeah, I was only 1 year, so if anybody was calling me a geek or nerd then,
but I mean, even as we were growing up,
because I was 1.5. Anyway.
Yeah.